Hello, this is Eric Jesse, and this is week one curriculum design presentation. Okay, so first and foremost, what is curriculum and what is curriculum design? So first of all, curriculum is strictly standards-based, and it's a sequence of planned events that educators and teachers follow. The students then practice these methods that the teachers are following, and then the goal, obviously, of the curriculum is to achieve proficiency from all of the students. So it's kind of a process right then and there. There's obviously different content areas and applied learning skills in all different types of area that we're trying to get our students proficient in. And it's basically just essentially a central guide for all the teachers for essential learning. Obviously, we want our students to learn, and following the curriculum can really benefit not only the teachers, but especially the students as they continue to grow. And lastly, it allows for all students to have rigorous academic experiences. The curriculum is designed to help push the students and be where they should be in terms of grade level. Next, curriculum design. This is obviously, we just talked about curriculum, and this is how we design it into our day-by-day interactions and lessons and overall material. So first and foremost, it focuses on a variety of different aspects. There's many more than I ever would have even guessed, but it's the creation of overall of the course blueprint or the class or the subject or whatever you may be teaching. It's the mapping content to learning objectives, and it helps develop the course, class, or the subject outline. This is important right from the get-go. Obviously, the better lesson plan, the more rigorous curriculum you have, the better it will serve our students. And the importance of this is kind of like I just talked about, the importance of our design. It helps meet the learning objectives in many different ways. Obviously, there's a lot of different learning objectives out there. Each lesson, each minute in the school day all has a purpose, and it helps serve these purposes. The first one is the assessment strategies that you may potentially use within it, the exercises, worksheets, any sort of homework that you may have, and of course the content area. The content might be the most important part of this. Without the content, it's kind of useless. It helps the subject matter analysis. And lastly, with our students today, with how technology has really affected them in positive and maybe negative ways, that having many different interactive activities implemented into the curriculum design. And next, how do we support our student engagement and differentiation with the curriculum? This is unique and very flexible within curriculum. There's not any cookie cutter builds that we necessarily have to follow. This is kind of a unique aspect, and it's kind of fun to hear about it. But in key engagement is the overall key to learning here. There's a lot of different examples that you can incorporate as an educator. The first one, has become more and more popular. Provide choice. Choice boards. You see those all over the place in the classroom anymore. Using a variety of different resources can also help. This can help all those different type of learners, and when kids feel like they are more involved in their learning, they get to choose. Back to the choice thing, it's something that they really take pride of. And just teach and reteach. The more teaching that happens, the better. You can't overteach something. As long as students are understanding, that's all that really matters. And then grouping, with maybe ability, in different areas as well. And then going back to providing choice again, kind of the self-directed learning. The more students are engaged by themselves, the better. And then lastly, the small group instruction, having different groups come up to tables, splitting people up. That just gets more one-on-one time or smaller ratio time, which is always positive. Okay, and then lastly, supporting student learning in curriculum. The generation, like I discussed earlier, the generation is obviously changing. It's changed a lot over the last 10 to 15 years. That's something that's only going to continue. There's a variety of different ways to support student learning, teaching and active learning with media back to the generational change, how dependent they are on technology. That's an important thing. Then also having great activities for them to do, not necessarily always up and moving, but moving around, doing different things than just sitting there and staring at us. And then getting feedback from the students, maybe talking to them, hey, did you like this? Or what did you dislike about this? What can we do? Maybe focus more on. What's something that you need to continue to improve on? Stuff like that. Then learning improves when instruction takes account of factors that contribute to engagement. Obviously, the more engaged students are, the more learning, the more everything that's going to get done it's only going to be positive. Instruction should take into account learners' prior knowledge. Obviously, if they don't know something already and you're trying to maybe skip something, that's can't be done. That's impossible. You need to know your students, have a good understanding of what they are at in terms of all the different subjects. And it's just important to understand not to skip steps. Then lastly, understand what they need to stay engaged and motivated. All students tick differently. All students, have that niche that really gets them going, or something that they really despise, and just kind of finding that fine line and that balance that we can keep our students engaged and keep them motivated. It's not easy by any means, but it's something that's absolutely a necessity if you want to be a successful teacher, as well as make our students continue to grow. That's my presentation. Here's my references, and thanks for watching. I can figure out how to stop the recording.